Hey, welcome back. Here we go with Russia. Holy moly. I've been putting off talking about this. I'm curious what the heck's going on here. I'm just as curious as anybody else. Or where it's going to end up anyways. I think I know what's going on, but where it's going to end up, who knows? I don't know, that's for sure. Whoop-de-doo. If you caught my other stuff on Russia, the stuff over Syria, I've been saying, and I believe that all the bigger powers like Russia and Great Britain and the United States and the big ones, they're all working together behind the scenes. There's no real division. Even China and even Iran, in my opinion, Iran. I still think Iran is like the pretend goal of the United States. We want to get Iran. That's the end goal is to get Iran. But meanwhile, they're picking off all these other states, all the little guys. And for all we know, Iran's already down with all the bullshit, with all the banking tomfoolery. What are you doing, kid? You sit right there. That's good. Don't you do no. Come on, you're not. We're not playing that game. Yeah, you sit right there for a minute and try that. Okay, so I think like Ted Torbich thinks that the New World Order is already here, and they're just pretending they're not here. They're behind the scenes, running everything. Anyways, so what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine? On the surface, it looks to me like more of the same, trying to make the United States look pathetic, look like they no longer have any power. They're on the way out. To me, we're going to look like a laughingstock with the sanctions talk. We're going to sanction Russia. That's what we're going to do. I mean, it's fucking Russia. You either launch a nuclear weapon at them or you shut the fuck up. That's what you do with Russia. Okay? That's how that works. And it ain't, because we're never going to do that. And we're not going to shut up either, because that's too much fun. Too much fun making a big stink. But anyways, on the surface, it looks legitimate to me. Like Putin is saying that we fomented the trouble in Ukraine and took down a legitimate government, and he's just protecting Russia's, military assets, and we would do the same thing given his position. And I don't think anybody would really, if you asked, if you asked their honest opinion, I don't think they would disagree with the idea that we would do the same thing, because we would. And any other country around the world would do the same thing that Russia did, or something similar. They would protect their assets. So on the surface, it looks legitimate. But I'm saying, since they're all working together, that this is all orchestrated, like, they get together at the Bilderberg groups or wherever, one of their trilateral commissions, or one of the real ones. I don't know even if those are fake or just for pretend now. But they get together and they plan out their little strategy for the year. Who's going to do what. And it looks like, I don't know what the New World Order powers need in Ukraine. Maybe they just need, maybe they had something good going in the Ukraine. They got disrupted. Whatever it is, they like disruption. They like to keep the little people, anything gets going democratically or anything like that. They got to get in there and foment trouble, make people choose sides, that whole thing. That's how they come out ahead. They keep things jostling around, always causing trouble, stirring the pot. So whatever it is, they're doing it again. Okay? I don't know what it is. Pipelines, you can call it what you want. I just don't think that this worldwide New World Order is divided into little fiefdoms, fiefdoms. I don't believe that. Some people do, whatever. But either way, they're working together against you and me, the little guy. It's always us getting trampled by each other. They make, they take a group of us people, say Ukraine, right? They try and divide them pretty much down the middle, but there's always a group in the middle who are like, what? And then you got the two sides running back and forth, stomping everybody, and it's always us little people that get hurt. And if they go for sanctions, which they're talking about, which is completely ridiculous, like I said, you're going to sanction Russia. That's like, I don't know, I guess it's like Russia sanctioning us, but it's even more ridiculous to me. I would say it's more like Jamaica sanctioning us, because that's how pointless the United States is nowadays, in my opinion. We still have an awesome military. I wouldn't fuck with it. Wouldn't want to. But, so we're going to hear sanctions talk. So this is what I don't know, where it's going to go. Like, I don't believe there's going to be, there's not going to be a shooting war, in my opinion. But we're going to find out soon. But there may be sanctions. As ridiculous as they are, and you have to wonder, well, if the U.S. is working with Russia, why these sanctions? Like I said, it's always the little guys getting squished. Okay? These sanctions, you can't hurt a government. Okay? A government's not a person. Alright? They don't win, they don't lose. They print their own fucking money. Okay? There's no losing. Sanctions schmanctions. That don't mean shit. People who get hurt are, the workers. When trade goes down the dumper, and food prices effing skyrocket, that's going to happen, Oil and gas prices, they're already crazy, but guess what? More of the same. See how the little guy gets hurt? And not to mention that, not every rich person is in the club, okay? So there's all kinds of corporations, companies that aren't in the club. There's not, there's a lot, but they don't have zip for power. So when the sanctions come down, if they do, and I don't know if they will, I imagine companies, corporations, and people who aren't in the real club say they're rich, but, if you're not in the effing club, it's just, they're just skimming some more cream off the top. It's just they keep ratcheting up their power and keep putting their foot down on your power. You got zip, buddy. That's what you're gonna get. More and more of that. If you don't see that, you're not looking. It's about taking away your power. Your power is your money. As long as you have money, you have some power. The more money you have, the more power you have. In this world. This is basic bullshit. But even if you're in debt, as long as you have a job, you have some power. Take that job away. Lots of people, they live in paycheck to paycheck. Take that job away. See how much power you got. You got shit. Okay, you got political power? That's an illusion. You can vote all day long. They don't give a fuck about you. Okay? So, rant. Anyways, the governments, they're not going to get hurt. They're not thinking, feeling people. They don't get hurt. Big corporations, they're not going to get hurt. They're all in one big club. I don't know if you heard about that study that they did in Sweden or somewhere. I forget where they did it. But it was like 140 core companies, and they're all interlinked. Okay? You can't hurt that. Good luck hurting that. And the people who, everybody's nameless and faceless. You can't hurt those people because they're in the club and you're not in the club and I'm not in the club. So sanctions is going to hurt. It may be if they do it. If they do it, we sanction Russia. Russia does its thing against us. China does whatever it's been threatening to do. It's been threatening to go along with Russia. That may put the whole world economy in the shitter. And that is not going to be an accident. If the economies around the world are important to governments and Putin and Obama, then they won't do any of these sanctions. So we'll just have to sit back and see if the economy really is important to these people, and if it's really important to each individual government. Okay? Or is it a plan to just make it life harder and harder to get by? If they really do it, if they really put this whole world in a spiral, that's going to be tough. That might be the final blow. And then they could go into out in the open world, new world order. Maybe. So I'm curious where that's going to go. And they just, I believe, the Crimea voted to secede from Ukraine. I didn't actually get the full poop on that, but if that happens, we're going to have to sit through John Kerry moralizing day in and day out. Oh, this is the wrong side of history. Oh. We'll just have to hear that over and over again. I'm telling you, this is a plan to make the United States a laughing stock. At the very least, that's what's happening. I don't mind if it's a laughing stock, as long as we, stop fighting battles all over the world. Call us a laughing stock. As long as we ain't paying foreign aid to all you stupid countries. We don't have any. We're in debt and we're sending off aid to every country in the world. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Okay, so call my country a laughing stock. Okay, we'll just pull the troops in. Say, okay, you guys are on your own. We got oil and we got gas and we got wheat and we got whatever we need. We got it all. We got all the radiation you can eat. We're good. We don't need to do this stuff. Why are we doing it? You know why? Because it ain't us. We're not in control of our government. You ask, do a poll. Take a poll. Do regular people want to be the policemen of the world? No, they don't. And everybody knows that they don't. So yeah, I don't mind being livestock. Bring them home. Stop being ridiculous, okay? That's all. All right, now, what the hell is going on with Flight 370? I'm like almost everybody I've seen on YouTube. They're saying, well, there's no way you're going to lose an airplane. You're not going to lose a jumbo jet. We know, even if we're not saying it, we have the technology to know where the F a plane is, okay? And we're certainly not saying that we have the technology to take over any flight we want remotely and shut off, all the beacons and all the bullshit, all the electronics. We can fly that plane wherever we want to within the limits of the fuel and land it. Pilots be damned. It's got nothing to do with them. Or maybe it does. I don't know. I'm just saying we got the technology to do it, and chances are we've been doing it. This time is what we've been doing. Flew it to a military base. I think they did need the distraction during this Ukraine thing. That's what I think it is. But it could just be more terror bullshit we're going to have to live with. I hope it's not. I hope we're done with the terror bullshit. But I think there's been a lull in the Ukraine action. There should have been a lot more jumping up and down about Crimea and all that. For the amount of talk we get from our diplomats. But there's been kind of a lull, and I think it's just the whole talk that our whole take on it here in the U.S. is too ridiculous, so we have to ratchet down everybody's attention, and okay, let's get through the vote in Crimea, and then we can fly the plane out of the island we get it parked in and crash it somewhere or whatever they're gonna do, and then start the. Eventually, that's what they're gonna do, or take some seats from the plane and put them on a boat and dump them overboard. And so when they needed more distraction, we found the plane, and whatever. So it's gonna be ongoing distraction whenever they need it. I don't know why they need it. It's just, to me, this Ukraine situation is too ridiculous to be taken all at once, and that's why they kind of need to buffer it with something else. It's just like, really? This is really happening? Are you kidding me? This is like 1913 or something like that, whenever that was, 1914. World War I all over again. It's insanity. We're doing that these days? That's hard to believe. Okay, so that's what I think is going on there. Yeah, we have the technology to take over a flight. It's a Boeing 777. All right? Do you think Boeing works with DARPA and, the military? Yeah, so we have the technology, and it may be even already on board the ability to take over a plane whenever we effing want to. But whatever. So there's that ready-made distraction ready to go whenever we need it. And then there's still Syria we got to get through. They're starting to cry again over Syria. I thought everything was fine. We only want the chemical weapons. That's all we want. Get the chemical weapons out and everything will be fine. Okay, but his capabilities have been, chemical weapons capabilities in Syria have been, dismantled, the capabilities of launching them and using them. Whether they've been disappeared from the country yet, I don't know. But either way, you can't use them. Okay, and that's what they wanted. But I told you, as soon as his capability of using those weapons is gone, they're going to start crying again, and here they go. Oh, the humanity. Okay? We, the United States, we NATO, we're the ones causing the trouble, trying to overthrow the regime. Whether it's good or bad, that's what we're doing. So that's a lot of... that's what bugs me about that situation. Because we're the ones causing the trouble. And we're pointing the fingers away from us. Oh, man. That's bullshit. So I think these sanctions are going to be a killer. If it goes down that way. And if it goes down, it ain't going to be no accident. They're going to really... You better have your shit together when these sanctions come along, I think. I think it's going to have a real chilling effect on the globe. Economic chilling effect. Never mind the ice age, I think is coming. That's bad enough. I don't think we'll have a shooting war. We did have a Vietnam, and that they could potentially do something like that, but that would be too direct. It would involve, Russia and the U.S. too, even though it wouldn't be like on each other's soil. It would just be too close for comfort. I just don't see that happening. They can't, to me, make it plausible enough to have a contained war in just the Ukraine. Because to me, wars, you don't fight a war to not win. You fight a war to vanquish your enemy. And if the enemy is Russia, you should go, if it's Russia, if the U.S. says that Russia is our enemy and vice versa, you have to take it to where they are and not just fight a little battle in, pick a country and fight a battle there. They won't be able to get away with that sort of game this time. I don't think so. It's too directly involved with the bigger players. I just don't see them doing it, and I don't see United States and Russia having a conventional war like World War I, World War II, because, like I said before in another video, it's just going to show how vulnerable our fleets are, even though we have, phalanx system and stuff, just super vulnerable to missiles, cruise missiles. Just, I know we have good technology, but we don't want to show how easy these things are to sink. And we like making them because it costs a lot of effing money. It's big business. So I don't think they're ready yet to show how vulnerable surface ships are. And I don't know about submarines, but at some point they will. I think that will involve, they're going to save that for the fight with the pretend aliens, the Project Bluebeam, if we ever go that far. Hopefully not. But that would be better than the war on terror and the war on drugs. I'll take an alien. I'll take you on, E.T. Okay, so yeah, the sanctions, I went out and I stocked up. I topped off my preps. I'm not a great prepper. I just like to have enough food to last a year. Oh, that's prepping, yeah. So I top that off. It's going to get expensive, I think. It's going to get expensive anyway. We're still, the Federal Reserve is still handing out money to banks. I don't even know what the fuck is going on there. That's insane. Doesn't it make you feel stupid? Don't you feel stupid? I feel stupid. Going to work for, $10, $15, $20 an hour even. You're busting your ass and busting your ass. And you see these people, they just print their own money. They don't work. Oh, you got to be a diplomat. Ooh. That's how you pay your dues to the club. John Kerry's a diplomat. Or a politician. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. They don't work. You work. And you pay taxes. And they don't. Whatever. Oh, come on, Ice Age. All right, good day.